Hey guys, it's Ashley. I have had a few questions lately about the 21 Day Fix, meal plan, and I just wanted to take a couple minutes and share with you guys how I got started doing it the first time and kind of what works for me now as far as my meal plan goes. So, first thing, when I got my program, got my book, I read it cover to cover. This is really important that you read it so that you understand the fundamentals of it and how it works. So be sure to read your little booklet all the way through. When I was done with it, I popped it in my purse and I took it with me everywhere and kept it as my little reference guide. I really liked being able to pull out my little calorie chart and referencing it, and I also used it a whole bunch to reference what goes in each container until I really had this whole list memorized and knew it thoroughly through and through. Okay, one of the next things that I did right away was I took my containers and I labeled them. I put what they were and how many I was going to get each day so that I would always know and have them right on hand, easy to remember. Then I would take all of my containers and I put them in a gallon-sized Ziploc bag. So I kept them all together, I put them in my baggie, and I could toss that in my purse and take them with me if I wanted to, which I often did. A couple times I took them to the grocery store with me just so I could kind of eyeball, how many grapes I thought would fit in here, just so I would have an idea of how much food to buy. So I did that, and I also took them with me like when we would go out to eat. Say we went out to eat and I would order a plate, I would ask for an extra plate, and then I would measure out my portions. Like for example, rice. I would fill this up with rice and then I'd put it on my new plate and have my portions, perfectly measured out, and then any extra food you could take home or, save for later or not, whatever you wanted to do. So I did that a lot too, especially early on, because you're not real sure, how much food goes in these until you can really learn to eyeball it. And even still, I do that, take them with you if you're doing it really strict. I carry them along with me. So I would do that. And yes, I'm sure I got a lot of weird looks and people thought I was crazy, but I was serious about doing this program and getting results, so I really didn't care. Okay, now, let me talk about my meal plan for a quick minute. When I am sitting down, getting ready to get my meal plan together, the first thing I typically do is I get out a pen and paper, but I get on my computer and I will, a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times I will get on my grocery store's website and pull up their little weekly flyer cell paper thing, and I will take just maybe 1 to 2 minutes and look over their flyer, and I only look at the first couple pages and the last couple pages. All of the pages in the middle it's pretty much set up just like your grocery store. All that stuff in the middle is the junk food and the processed food and all the things that we are not eating on this meal plan. So don't even worry about those pages. Just forget it. Look at the first couple and the last couple. That's where the produce is. That's where the meats are, the fruits, veggies, all the things that we're eating. They're on those first couple and last couple pages. So I will take a piece of paper and I'll just kind of quickly jot down. I don't put a whole lot into this. I just jot down a couple of the things that I think, I might be eating that week on the meal plan, things I might base my meals around, keep an eye out for, if they're on sale. I don't make a whole big deal about that. Then I will go on Pinterest and spend 5 or 10 minutes tops. I don't really, make it real complicated either. I will go and just look up a couple recipes to see, get ideas for what I want to eat that week. I look for things that my whole family can eat, that's simple to make, not too complicated, and ingredients that pretty much either can be modified or my family will eat them as they are. I don't like to overcomplicate that either. Then I will take my little rough draft paper again and I will write out 6 meals. Breakfast snack, lunch snack, dinner snack. I break it all down into 6 meals and I will write down what I want to have for each meal. Breakfast is usually really simple, like oatmeal and fruit. I don't like to complicate things. Then snack, then lunch. I'll usually look up maybe a lunch recipe or at least an idea. And my later snack and my dinner are like complicated meals, that require some effort and putting into those. Now, the way that I like to eat my meal plan when I'm on a program like the 21 Day Fix and I'm serious about doing it and getting results, I like to eat the same thing every day. I know that's boring and a lot of people don't like to do it that way, but I do. It just helps me stay focused and driven, and I don't mind to eat the same thing day in and day out. My family doesn't really eat the same thing day in and day out because we're kind of on a different eating schedule, even though we always eat dinner together for the most part, and my kids always eat lunch with me. Not everybody's eating those 6 meals like I am. So all of this food, I prep it ahead of time, and all of these meals are in the fridge, so they can kind of go grab whatever they want whenever they want it. And the dinners, even though I'm eating the same dinner every week, there's other dinner options in there, and I will fix them whichever ones they want. They don't care to eat the same thing maybe twice a week, 2 or 3 times a week, but they're not eating sausage and kale like I am every night this week. They can shake it up a little bit, but it's all still the same basic menu, and it's simple, and it's, you know, all put together and all ready. That saves me a lot of time because my meal prep is done, but we'll get to that in a second. So anyway, from Pinterest, I write down the meals that I want to have for each meal slot here, and then on the side beside it, like here I've got oatmeal and fruit for breakfast. I'll write down it's 1 yellow and 1 purple. And then on this side, I keep a tally of my containers and how many I need, so I can just kind of scratch through and do my rough draft to make sure I'm getting all of my containers in, you know, throughout the day for every meal. So from there, I will make my colorful, pretty little meal plan, and I'll write down everything that I'm eating. Shakeology is always a given, always, usually first thing in the morning, if not first thing in the morning, immediately after my workout. This is a no-brainer, no matter what, so I don't really have to think about that. It's always there. So then I plan out what my meals are, and I make it, you know, pretty color coordinated. I always get my markers, and I color coordinate everything out on the side, and I have my little ledger down here so I don't forget, you know, what's what. But this just shows me I've got everything ready, and I usually keep this on the fridge so my family knows kind of what to expect and what's going on. Then after that, I'll go back to Pinterest, and I will get me another piece of paper, and I will make out my grocery list for the week. This one's been all scratched through because I just went to the grocery store, but I'll write down everything that I need and how many I need, and I'll go check my pantry and see what I'm missing so that it's all ready and prepared to go. Then I will go, of course, to the grocery store and buy all of the stuff that I need. So as soon as I get back from the grocery store, I will start meal prepping. Most of the day is committed to doing my meal prep. And while it does sound like it takes a long time, this really saves a whole lot of time in the long run. So after I unload all my groceries, I wash all my fruit and my veggies, and I chop everything up. And if I can cook it, I'll go ahead and cook it. Like all of our dinners are cooked ahead of time. My turkey wraps are what I'm having for lunch this week. They're all made ahead of time. Everything is just in the fridge. And all of my stuff, I put in Ziploc bags, and I put my name on it. And I put what meal it is, what day. So it's there. All I have to do is quickly grab it and go, and it's ready to go. All of the extra stuff that's left over after I've packaged up my stuff. So like, for instance, the sausage and kale pasta. I'm going to measure out 7 servings for me for dinner every single day. What's left in that bowl afterwards is free game. I usually just put it in like a big Tupperware container in the fridge, and my family can eat it however they want to. Sometimes I'll put on there, you know, dinner, and I'll fix their dinner. But I just make it, you know, really, really simple. It's all done. It's in there. It's in the fridge, and it's ready to go. I think that's pretty much the gist of it. I just wanted to explain how I make it simple. I know it looks like it's complicated, and I've done it lots of other ways that can be really complicated, but this just made it easy and quick and simple, and kind of goes along with the meal planning that I'm used to doing anyway. So if you guys